This is NWO Prime at the High Sanctimony.
This is Joe from Seattle, doing a Joe from Seattle thing in the morning. Also, sorry for the shitty mic. We just moved again, and I made the mistake of giving the movers my microphone.
You will give honor to NWO Prime. You will not mislead me. You will not abuse me. You will not torture me.
Interesting requests from someone making a public video? I can barely understand you. It sounds like you're saying don't abuse me, don't talk to me, but you are making public content, so that kind of comes with the territory.
You will not terrify me. You will not exile me. You will not wild out on me. Because NWO Prime is to be admired.
Hang on, I need to double check who this guy is. 1 second. Oh, you're NWO Prime. Okay. I kind of thought you were calling out someone named NWO Prime, but you're named NWO Prime, so you're just talking in third person. All right, that's fun. It's gonna be one of those.
I just sold like my last graphic card I owned last night.
Your last graphics card? Why did you have more than one? I guess 2 is acceptable. Like if you're running a double graphics card setup, or maybe you have 2 computers, that's acceptable. But you sold your last graphics card? Why did you have a plethora?
I'm basically totally getting out of PC gaming. And the reason is, you know, I started PC gaming maybe early 2020. I started messing with it. I bought a total maybe 2 gaming PCs, 3 graphic cards.
2 gaming PCs, 3 graphic cards since 2020. You are smart with your money? Question mark?
The graphics card I just sold was a 2080, a pretty great card, right?
Yeah, 2080 is a great card. If you can't get your hands on a 30 series, go for the high 20 series. They're great. That's what I have. 2070. It's nice.
Now, and this ain't to bash nobody that still uses PC, because PC is a great format.
Wait, what were the other 2 graphics cards? I'm confused. Why'd you say you had 3 graphics cards, but you only said what one of them was?
If you're willing to put the money into it.
Which you clearly were, because you bought 2 of them? I'm really confused.
But for me, that feeling always knowing that there's something better you can get graphic card wise bothered me. And like with these consoles, okay.
I mean, yeah, there is always something better you can get, but isn't that the case with literally everything? There's such a thing as just being happy with what you bought. Again, I use a 2070, and I'm not going to upgrade until I can get a good deal on a 30 series. It's not even a necessity. Just because something better exists doesn't mean that you have to buy it. Like, what if people who play drums, every time a new drum set came out, every time a more expensive drum set came out, you felt like you had to go buy it? That's not how that works. What if every time a new car came out that was more expensive than what you had to go buy it? That's not how that works.
I got a Series S. I'm good to Xbox brings out their next, upgraded version of the console.
I'm sorry, you have an Xbox Series S? You sold your PCs because you have an Xbox Series S. One of the most embarrassing excuses for a next-gen console I've ever seen.
Well, graphic cards, they constantly changing. And you always gonna want to get something new. You might think you're satisfied, but you're not, and you're spending a lot of money. But see, the thing about it is,
so you spent a lot of money on a gaming PC, 2 gaming PCs, 3 GPUs, one of which was a 2080, which I believe in terms of just raw benchmarks is exponentially more powerful than a Series S, and has literally every single game the Series S has, because Microsoft doesn't have exclusive games. But you just went and sold all of them to get a Series S because it upsets you that there's always something more on PC, but the Series S isn't even close to being the strongest console. Do I have that right?
right now, it is horrible to get PC parts and stuff. This is the worst. I mean...
Wait, it's a bad time to get PC parts, but over the last, year and a half, you've bought 2 PCs and 3 GPUs? Do you not realize how much of a contradiction this is?
Graphic cards are going... You think consoles are hard to get. These graphic cards are going triple above retail. Even like a card is supposed to be like a budget card, like the 3060.
3060 is not a budget card. I guess in the grand scheme of market price, it's a budget card, but it's not what I would call a budget card right now. And also, are you about to talk down to PC gaming because of things going higher than market price, but then defend consoles. Like, really? A PS5 is like $900 right now, market price at $400.
They go over like $1,200. I think that's a $300 card. I mean,
Yeah, $300 card. It's brand new. It's going from market $1,200 because the market is shit right now. How is this any different from the new consoles? Also, if you want a PC, you don't have to buy the newest graphics cards. You yourself just sold a 2080, which I don't understand why you did that.
I sold my 2080 for a lot of money. I mean, way more than what it's worth. And that's a card I could probably still use a few more years. That was a great card, but before that I had like a 2070 Super. But like I told y'all,
Wait, you had a 2080, and then before that you had a 2070 Super, and you say you could use them for a few more years, but why did you? None of this makes any fucking sense.
that's just the reason why. The reason I'm believing it is just so simple to have that console, lay back on your recliner, not worry about updated drivers. I didn't have much trouble out of PC as some people, but I did have some troubles with it.
Is there a reason you bought a 2070 and a 2080, and now you're talking about it's so simple to just have a console? You already had a PC. You already had multiple PCs, but now it's so simple to just have a console. After you already had the thing that does everything it does better. Like, none of this is computing. Computing. Like a computer.
I'm a little bit kind of technically inclined when it comes to computers and stuff. I'm not as dumb as I've been claiming myself to be. And stuff I don't know, I do know where to go get advice from. But consoles are just so damn simple to use. It's just...
I mean, you had two PCs, you clearly know how to operate them. You say they were great machines, so you know how to operate them. So really, even if you do believe consoles are simpler and easier to use, which I don't believe, but even if you do believe that, that argument's kind of invalidated by the fact that you admit you already were using it. So why does it matter?
But if you were to spend the money,
which you clearly were,
you're gonna get a better experience out of a PC.
I mean, it doesn't even cost that much. Like, a mid-level PC is going to greatly outperform the Series S.
But for the dollar for dollar cost, think about it. A console $500, the scalper price maybe $700.
No. Consoles are not $500 to $700 scalped. One Google search.
A PC you might spend about $2 or $3 grand.
Absolutely not true.
But you're going to have a lot better performance. I ain't going to say a lot better performance than the Series S, but right now...
Yes, you'll have a greatly better performance in the Series S. And probably the other consoles too.
I don't... I'm not going to go there because I'm not going to act like I'm a super expert about stuff, but you spend a lot more money for performance. To me, it's just simple to use the console. Like I said, I just got a piece of gaming really like beginning of last year. I was, and like I said, PC got a lot of games you can't get on console, but a lot of those games won't really interest me.
Yeah, exclusives are a subjective thing. Whether or not you like the exclusives of a platform is pretty subjective. Why would you go to a platform that limits the kinds of games you can play?
And like I'm saying, this is not nobody using PC. Like I said, if you willing to spend the money, yeah, you're going to have the superior format over everything.
And it's not even that much more money.
And hell, really, like, the Sony games coming to PC, the Microsoft games already on PC, you almost don't even need nothing else if you got a good gaming PC. But I just like...
Yeah, I'm gonna tap out of this one because it's getting kind of monotonous, and I just don't... Truthfully, I don't really understand. Like, if you don't want to play on PC, that's fine. I'm not gonna go after anyone for not wanting to play on PC, but I am gonna go after people who make videos about how you shouldn't go on PC because of XYZ completely wrong reason. And you're possibly convincing people to go in a different direction when that's not actually what they wanted. For the amount of money you have to spend on a scalped console, you can build an exponentially more powerful PC that can play almost every game the console will have. And it will be tremendously cheaper in the long run because PC games are cheaper, PC services are cheaper, PC hardware is more future-proof. Like, nothing you said in this video makes any sense. If you don't want to play on PC, fine, but at least try to understand Anything. Sorry for the shitty mic. I'll get my mic back in a couple days. Toodles.